you pick up some resources. It's too important coming in from either sides.
Way too important, right? Going into this one, it's got to be, you know,
Further
again, Alpha 7.
reach until that game 5. But if are they able to do that? It's for them to find out. It's for us fans to find out. It's for us casters to bring it to you live, as Kin and Holler will bring you the live action of this game number 3.
Thank you so much, Sagi, as we go into a potential match ender with this one. Dare I say it's a liver ender, I don't know. But this is not a good situation to be in if you're an Alpha 7 fan. And Elevate doing what they can. I mean, they had a great early start last game. They will continue to try to put that pressure on.
I mean, that pressure is a privilege for the strong. And right now, Niap is going to try and put this weight on his shoulders. He needs to have a successful game against Hyde, because if you allow Hyde to get that advantage, you are going to be slammed against the wall, and you're not going to like the truth of that.
Oh, for sure. Sure. You're definitely going to have a rough time on this one. But again, Alpha 7, okay, continue on. YSacer had a good game last game. They need to do that. Nice. More of that, right? Danny, on the other hand, he needs to step up because he did not have a great game.
He needs to support the team. I talk about it. Alpha 7, this draft, it's a death ball composition. You need to go in together. And Elevate, they need to play the cards right? Time and separate the usage of your skills. You will find value in that.
Yeah. At the same time, I also feel like Fury, I mean, yeah, he had a good game last one, but this is also one was with the mind. This is the thing, you gotta start the tempo. You gotta get in his face. You gotta potentially get some sort of pick off. Maybe you go for Hyde.
I think for now, the game plan from the side of Alpha 7 is, okay, let's give Danny confidence back. Let's give Danny financial advantage. Let's help him rotate faster.
Okay. And it looks like Danny, on the other hand, he'll take this farm. This is great, right? Alpha 7, they want to be funneling the farm into Danny. Let him get a little bit of a head start. But they find it. Fury, I was talking about it, on to Hyde. All the pullback. He was trying to flash away, and he got caught in. Niap getting first blood.
That is the value of the Mayin, pulling you back into the grip. And this one is a vice grip. Alpha 7 get a good start. It's 1 kill, not the biggest lead just yet, but there is a potential to make this into a giant snowball that's going to cause an avalanche that is a mountain on the side of Elevate.
All right, I think you made a mountain out of a molehill right now. It's just first blood, not the end of the world. We're going to get there, right? But a great start. This is something that they need to do. You got to focus on a player, make sure that that one guy has a bad game, and the rest of the team can take advantage of that.
Exactly. That's the game plan, right? And I think all of our ranked teammates have achieved that recently. So let's see whether Elevate will be looking for that winning formula, because this one, if they win, they proceed and they knock Talk VR dreams all the way out of KIC 2025.
I don't know what happened with the schedule, but Azar getting picked off, that is something that we didn't even see in the last game. He's going to die pretty early in this one.
Okay, so it's not looking great for the side of Elevate, but you know what? Haru has been farming quite well so far.
Yeah, Haru was just like very efficient with his farming. He's going to pick up the Crimson Golem, wasn't stolen away by Alpha 7, but now in the top lane, he goes a little bit with the whatever, and Niap and sure he gets that one.
Yep, and this is going to be valuable, right? The goal difference now is, once again, it's not the biggest. Elevate, they're able to recover. Now it's about 5,000 gold in advantage to Alpha 7. But this next gank, if it's successful, it could switch the tides. Alpha 7, you're going to switch Fury up here.
Look at Fury. This is one where you know that Ivalice is there, and it's not being shown in the mid lane, right? So you know that Fury is in the outside lane somewhere, and Ivalice has to go the long way around. I mean, this has been completely pushed away because you see that Fury is nearby.
But it's something that, you know, Elevate are able to handle, because Ivalice doesn't need that much gold, right? The main thing here is just slowing Danny down. Danny did get that one wave in the mid by himself, but it's still behind in terms of farm and EXP behind Haru, and that's a cause of concern.
Definitely a cause of concern, especially early, right? Elevate doing a great job of ensuring that Haru does get that farming efficiency as they rotate around. The 4-minute mark has just happened at this point, so the Tyrant, next big target.
Right, so the goal difference still stands the same. Elevate will be trading by a little bit, but if they get this with no contest, Alpha 7, they might regret the decision here.
Yeah, they just gave it away for free. They were not really contesting. I mean, look at where Danny is. He's all the way in the top part. Yeah, they'll take the Peasant at this point, but it's really not a good trade.
They needed to have been in a position to be able to take a T1. I think that would have been a great trade, or take a buff. But as you can see, Elevate have already primed themselves because that's not available 10 seconds before the Crimson buff actually gets up to Elevate. This is all in their game plan.
Yeah, all in their game plan. Very smart with the way that they move things out. I mean, taking that Tyrant, I mean, especially at the stage, it was a 500 gold lead, now it's only 300. It's still, you know, cutting into it. You want to get in as much as possible.
But this is something really cool about the Alpha 7 lineup, right? No matter what happens, they seem to be able to farm go really fast across the map. Oh no,
yeah. Oh, he was looking for the ambush, but then he got caught out. He's going to have to just sprint to safety. But he thought he was the aggressor on that one.
Yeah, for sure. It's good news for him. He didn't have to burn his flash, so there is a potential of a nice setup available.
Oh, the Ruin Engine, the Unending Sorrow just mitigating that. So Impressive is going to be back. Elevate, on the other hand, they have 4 members in the bottom side of the jungle here.
I mean, okay, this is a rare situation, right? You mentioned this just now. Why Caesar actually having the lead against Azar? Is this going to be the winning formula here?
I mean, he is one of the guys. He's been a pillar on this team in terms of their success. I mean, they need him, right? It previously was Juan, but now why Caesar stepped in. He is the guy, and Danny's been stuck in. It looks like he's going to be killed. Haru gets that one, but now Azar solo. He's going to be picked off as well. And Niap is on the killing spree with this double. He's going to do a little bit of work, but Haru is going to get over that wall with that path of passing, and with that kaleidoscope, zones him away.
Okay, so Danny made the ultimate sacrifice there, but I think the rewards were well worth it, right? They get the Valis, they get Azar, they slow down the farm on this Flowborn marksman, they buy themselves more time, and if they can take this T1, it's going to be maximum value.
Yeah, Haru taking a lot of damage, but now they're going in with that shielding. It's not enough with that Ruin and the knock up. Why Caesar's gonna get that one, and they want to go for at least some sort of revenge kill. They've been slowed down. Alpha 7 getting on out.
This is why Chalk BR is scary, because you may beat them down, but they will never stay there for long. Elevate, they're finally finding the Fury that is in the mid lane. This Mai is having some value.
Yeah, definitely a value, right? He's got a 1K network lead, then Niap waiting around. Might go for the potential steal. He goes with the whatever, and it looks like he doesn't actually get it. Azar is just too much damage.
I mean, he did raise the heart rate of Azar for a little bit there. Thankfully for him, he did get that Crimson buff. So in terms of fighting prowess, he will be able to deal burning and true damage.
Yeah, all about that at this point. I mean, Elevate, Haru's not going to have that buff. He's got the blue, so it's going to help him in other ways. But still, Alpha 7, you want to contest. You want to be in the heads of Elevate.
Yep, and it's looking like it's a good sign, right? If you take a look, 5,500 for the side of White Caesar already has a Master Sword along with the Eternity Blade as well. That's a huge amount of damage. Haru, like we saw, couldn't handle the damage, and when you're pairing it up with Fury as well, that could be an insta-kill.
Could be insta-kill, and that's what they're trying to aim for, right? I mean, yeah, you have Impressive with that on NSR. Those heals are something that you need to kind of work around, but again, Alpha 7, if they're able to find you, they have that potential burst.
Yep, and even Impressive will not be able to save it, right? The burst speed is too fast. I mean, that's why it's called burst.
Yeah, for sure. I get it. But now Elevate here, Haru still with that farm, a slight level advantage over Danny at this point. They want to defend this mid T1, but Alpha 7 on the ramp. Looking around, Danny's in a bad spot. He needs to be careful. He has that wind slash, but now he's being focused. He might have been truth on the wrong way, but Niap looking for the angle, only gets one, and that's Hide. And the Unending Sorrow, this will heal and mitigate a lot of this one. Haru's still up in front, and Alpha 7, both of these guys are poking and prodding. They're not really finding it, but they get the Ruin Engine and they find Hide.
Yeah, Fury, what a play, and the T2 should be guaranteed for the side of Alpha 7, but the T1 will be the trade. And you know what, Alpha 7, I think they're perfectly fine with this.
Yeah, they'll take this mid T1 at this point, so Elevate, they're getting something. The Crimson Golem is stolen away by White Caesar, but the top T2 looking to go down here.
Yeah, this one is a guaranteed. White Caesar, he does have the Crimson buff as well, stolen away from the side of Elevate, which is why they're taking a peek inside the jungle. But look who's there, Danny is there as well. And now Elevate, for the first time in 2-3 games, they're getting a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, definitely their taste of their own medicine. I mean, 4K up, this is exactly where you want to be for Alpha 7. Again, it's all about finding the bows. Impressive with that flash. Haru is there, but the wind slash not going to connect. Danny's got those shields with that Gale's Benediction. They find Haru, they do some work, and they do get the pick off. Alpha 7 making a pay. Hide is a little bit low as well, but Alpha 7 got what they wanted, which is, of course, Haru.
Yep, this death ball, I told you about it. Alpha 7 needs to group up, and the fact that Fury, he got the attention of Hide, 1v1 made it out, and now Danny, they reward the team with the Tyrant, it's not the Shadow version just yet, but look at that, 5,000 goal lead for the side of Alpha 7.
Huge lead for Alpha 7. This is the game, and this is the style that they wanted to play. Elevate should have been on the back foot. Alpha 7 not able to find it. They decide to go the flash away. Impressive with that unending sorrow, and they find Azar. They don't have that damage, not enough, with just not enough.
They're tired of watching Azar on the MVP. It is time for Alpha 7. And now, with the T2 taken in the mid, Alpha 7, they bid their time, they get what they want, and they get out.
Yeah, they get out for now, but Ysacer, a little bit of half-life. He'll play a little bit dangerously. He has that dragon if he wants to go, but now in the mid lane, Fury's still there. They find Haru, who's getting a little bit low. He has the shield and an infinite fastness. I thought he was gonna go for it. I was like, don't do this, so Ysacer, and he gets on that.
Yep, overdiving is not part of the game plan for the side of Alpha 7. And then bear in mind now, Ysacer has a lot of damage. He has a Daybreaker just recently picked up, so that Blood Rage is going to be negated by the side of Haru.
Yeah, I really like how Ysacer's really taking the onus on him to really step up. He's really done a good job in this series, putting themselves in. But now Haru and Hyde with this Azor. Nyap looking for the play, goes with a whatever. But the Arrow Storm on the zoning side, Azor Golem gonna be taken away by Elevate.
It's all about by time, right? Alpha 7, they know what's at stake here. This is the 10-minute mark. This is the Shadow variance of both objectives. Now, the question is, Alpha 7, how do they want to play their cards? Do they want to go for Iron first so they can stop the attempt by Elevate at the Shadow Overlord? And it looks like that seems to be the game plan.
Yeah, I think that's fine. You don't need the Shadow Overlord for this one, for the push. You want that damage. Maybe you win a little bit of a team fight, take the bottom T2, and then start looking at T3s a little bit later.
Yeah, right now, Elevate, they will take a peek. They want Fury. A taste of this mine will be great.
The Death Precipice with that slow, but Fury with just too much mobility, no sort of catch. Alpha 7 are making their way into the mid lane.
Yeah, and look at that. With the distraction, they get a T2 as well. Elevate struggling to keep the rotation on pace.
Yeah, they can't keep up. I mean, they're trying to react, but they're just too slow. They're sticking together. There's like this giant blob that is moving again way too slowly.
Yep, and they're being pulled in all the different directions, right? So Alpha 7 now puppeteering the movements of Elevate. And what does this mean? Once the 50 seconds are up, they can actually go and take the Shadow Overlord. And that is not good news for Elevate.
Yeah, and so when we talk about teams having a good early game, this is the way. This is why it's so much easier. You're able to kind of control them, push them back, make them play your game.
Yes, that's exactly what you want to do. I'm pulling the strings, puppeteering. Niam won. He might as well give his life. But no, this is a Mayin we're talking about. He's going to run rings around the rosies with you.
Oh, but Haru, he's in a very vulnerable position. But the rest of Elevate are going to be there to ensure that he is safe. This could be a potential gank attempt. And they find Danny. They want to go for this Azor, but he's being bounced around. They have the damage, and they do get the Seer State onto Danny. And now comes Niap. He's going to go for the whatever play. He's finding onto two. He wants to go for Azar, but he's going to be picked off as well. A double kill going the way of Haru, and they make them pay.
Elevate, you don't get greedy with them. The moment you make a mistake, they are all up on you. They will get the knockup. It's not going to be enough. It is only a poke, and right now, Elevate, they have a big reward waiting, and that's the Shadow Overlord.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I mean, Danny had that moment. Yes, he gets picked off, but you cannot continue to fight 4 versus 5. That's an impossible task. And now the Overlord being picked up by Elevate, they've completely shifted this game into their favor.
Yes, and that gash at the bottom side, it is a little bit deep for the side of Elevate, but with the Shadow Overlord, they can stem the bleeding for the moment, maybe make it hurt for the side of Alpha 7.
Yeah, and look at Haru, man. This is becoming that raid boss. He's going to be so difficult to deal with. There's really no answer. I mean, Ysacer has that damage, but you got to be so careful with the positioning here.
Okay, but this is why early game is so important. They have to burn through 5.
Oh, they find Azar. They get the pick. Niap going all in for this one. He will trade his life away, but that's a bit of an opening. And now Haru is vulnerable. Danny not able to get the wind slash. Haru is continuing to farm as he makes his way back into the base. Danny still up in front with Impressive. He wants to go for the Crimson before he continues on. Has the wind slash, finding the target and gets Hyde. So they do make a pay in Alpha 7. Bouncing back again.
But this is a high risk, high reward. And it feels like Alpha 7, they know the odds. They're not going to be playing against the house here. This means they're going to try and defend against the Shadow Overlords coming down. They're going to send Fury to do so. In the meantime, stop that growth from Haru. They steal it away. Azure buff, that is, goes into the hands of Ysacer.
Yeah, but one thing to take note of is the top T2 went down. The Shadow Vanguard is in the bottom lane, making some serious headway. So this is a good way of just getting back into the game, and you're forcing movements by Alpha 7 to respond. Elevate on the end, yeah, Hyde is down for about 5 or seconds, but this is the best of a bad situation. situation.
Yeah, so Elevate, I mean, they extracted the maximum value out,
True.
right? 2 out of the 5 turrets that are still available before you have access into the T3s. Now Elevate has taken down 2 of them. So with that being said, there is an open opportunity, a chance for Elevate if they break the T3 at the top.
Yeah, but Elevate have an opportunity. Like, it's not like they're completely blown out of this game. They have an opportunity for this one, but now Fury finding Hyde, who is so low, and here come his friends, and Azar is up in front, but it doesn't have enough to burst down Fury.
He doesn't need to. It's all about sending Hyde home. Right now is an unfair advantage. Danny, he will be accompanied by Bilal, who has the butterfly effect. This is not a fight that Elevate can take.
Yeah, they can't take it, and they will. I mean, Alpha 7 will pick up the Shadow Tyrant. Again, a little bit more damage. Impressive. Needs to be careful. The Unruly Blade used just his own.
Yeah, man. But look at the access. They have given Ysacer so much space. This is what you want as a farm lane.
Yeah, you want a free farm. I mean, he has largely been quiet. I mean, he hasn't done too much, but like he's 12,000 net worth, right? 3K net worth lead over Azar. He's 3-0-2. He's doing everything right.
Yeah, he is 6 slaughtered, by the way. This is going to be a scary situation, Siege Breaker. They also have information on the members, position of the members on the side of the Elevate. So right now, it's all about just a slow siege.
Yeah, slow siege Haru with the tether on the Fury. Fury will have a little bit of a harder time as well, is that now Haru's gotten that tanky level where he's going to be difficult to deal with.
Okay, but they will be running out of time soon on the side of Alpha 7, right? Once Azar gets that 6 slots, his Arrow Storm, Arrow Shower will start to hurt.
Oh, Wind Slash finding Haru with that Flaming Palm. He has to pop the Blood Rage. He will get on back, but that was so close as well.
Yep, that's a great burn of resources here. Alpha 7 looking for the T3.
The Unruly Blade onto this one. Just more of a zoning, but they tag the top T3. Danny dodging the Arrow Storm. He's going to be moving back into the mid lane. Haru with that Death Precipice. Do they have any sort of chase? The Wind Slash on top of him to slow him down. Now the Unruly Blade. They're in and Hyde with the truth. He's trying to set things up, but it wasn't really great. Nyap with a pullback on Anixaro negating most of that, but they've gotten Hyde in the end, and they've gotten Ivalis as Azar, and now they will look to just chase it down. They've gotten Haru and Alpha 7. All they need to do is deal impressive, march it down in the top lane, and they will get game number 3.
Yep, this is a great response from the side of Alpha 7. Crystal on the menu. They take it for the win, and there is hope for Talk BR here.